What's up? Today, we're going to talk about disadvantages and making them your advantages. Hi, if you don't know me, I'm Sephora, a beginner entrepreneur. Welcome. Welcome to the success family. If you end up liking this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. And I'm just going to get right into it. So every small decision made will change your story. Every event, everything that happens, literally every small detail that happens, it will change. It's like a small stream of water, right? A small thing happens where a stick falls, the stream will split into two different parts. It's all about the details. So whether you have a learning disability or someone got sick or you're financially struggling or you have no idea what you want to do with your life, all of these things that look like disadvantages, that can definitely be disadvantages. You have the power to change the outcome of all of this. We may not have the power to change what happens in our lives, but we definitely have the power to take it and build ourselves up with it and to use it in the best way we can in order to change the outcomes of our life. For example, the Amara Effect. Amara had learning disabilities and was constantly told that she's dumb and she can't do it all and that she's lesser than the average person. But she decided not to listen and she worked really hard and she ended up getting in her dream school and got a PhD in physics. Amara says that her learning disabilities weren't an obstacle that she had to overcome, but it was the very reason that she did succeed. It's the very reason she is where she is today. You can take your disadvantages and make them into advantages in the same way. It doesn't matter what other people say or what labels people put on you. The world is trying to hold you back with chains, but you have the key to take the chains off and do what you gotta do. It's up to you. I know it sucks when people put limitations on and everything, and this is definitely so much harder than said. It's simple but not easy. That's the bottom line. You really are unlimited when it comes to what you can do, unless you're like me who cannot cook. Here's the second example. Daniel Quiche. He is a blind man. He became blind when he was 13, and he makes clicking sounds to make his way around a room. And because of this, because he's used hearing in order to survive in a way, he has incredible hearing. He is constantly compared to bats because bats use their hearing in order to make their way around too. And he made an amazing speech about what he's gone through and his whole story. So if you want to check that out, click the link down below. But here's why this happened. Here's why he's figured out this clicking sound and enhanced his hearing. Him and his parents didn't sulk about what happened to his sight. His parents were like, you are gonna do the same thing everyone else does. His parents made sure that there were no limitations on him and that he knew that he could do everything that everyone else does even though he's blind. So now he has an advantage of hearing. He has incredible hearing and he's on the news all the time. People interview him over it. So through his disadvantage of sight, he's gained an advantage of hearing and has built a name for himself and built a life off of this. Yeah, so that's an example of when another door closes. That's kind of an example of when one door closes, another door opens. Ron White has a different story. Ron White is a guy who didn't go to college. He worked a full-time job and he was really struggling because he saw all his friends were going to college and they were being taken care of by their parents so that they could focus on their studies. He was like, this is totally unfair. It was definitely a disadvantage for him at the time. But over the years, he realized that he has gotten a 4-year head start in life. He's learned a lot about life and how money works and about business and everything in his field that with his job and built a career for himself. And that became an advantage for him compared to his friends that went to college. And because his college friends were taken care of all those years, they have to start from the beginning and learn how to take care of themselves, and it'll probably be harder for them compared to Ron White, who has learned to deal with it, All of Ron White's disadvantages became his advantages over time. My mom, Renee Christine, also had a similar story. Some of my moms, by the way, I had permission to say this. So, just putting that out there. But some of my mom's friends decided to go down the path of marrying early and having kids, and that's their life. But my mom decided to go down a different path of building a business. And at the start, it seemed like they had a way better life. They were set, they were good. They had a guy who was working and paying all the bills, and they just had to take care of the kids, and it was pretty nice. But my mom, on the other hand, she was really struggling because the business hasn't taken off yet. She was working really hard and not really seeing much happening, and we were really, really poor at the time, so it just seemed totally unfair. Like, oh, I should have just done that. But then over the course of time, over a couple years, the tables have turned. So now those same friends are really unhappy right now, and they're struggling because their marriages didn't work out or their kids are crazy. And my mom has figured out how to work business and has become successful in business and is a lot happier. So again, her disadvantage became an advantage. So overall, don't listen to what the world tells you. Don't listen to those labels. Don't put labels on yourself, because all of that is just limitations that you don't need, because you gotta reach your full potential. If you liked this video, please be sure to smash that like button, or if you didn't, please sure to hit the thumbs down button. I'd love to know so that I can make my videos better for you guys. I hope you liked the stories of all of these people, and I will see y'all next time.